Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. Today we're going to be playing Eggs Tron, Tron, and I'm making a couple of minor changes here. So, you'll see that the second crop rotation is gone and the second mystical teachings is gone. And what we're thinking is that if we have a lot of card draw, maybe crop rotation is not necessary. With these extra Weather the Storms in the 75, maybe we can live long enough that crop rotating for our early Tron is not quite as necessary. So I cut that, and in that place I'm putting Tolarian Winds. Tolarian Wind says discard all the cards in your hand, draw that many cards. Do tend to flood out because we're not doing selected card draw, we're just drawing cards constantly. So eventually we'll have a bunch of lands in our hand and Tolarian Winds could be good there. The other thing that I'm doing is I'm cutting the second mystical teachings for a second Golem Foundry. I found that Golem Foundry is one of the best cards against blue. We have a lot of terror in the metagame, and I think that Golem Foundry will be a little bit better than having second mystical teachings in this spot. It makes our Scattershot and Frantic Salvage a little bit worse, but we're already playing two Weather the Storms here, and if we're in the situation where we have to weather the storm early, teachings for weather is going to be a little bit too difficult to actually manage. The rest of the deck is pretty straightforward. We're playing our 12 one-drop eggs, 4 chromatic sphere, which is basically just a cycle egg, 4 chromatic star, which we can actually use Deadly Dispute with, 4 Terrarion, which is really good with Deadly Dispute, but not very good by itself because it enters the battlefield tapped. We have 4 Conjurer's Bauble here, which says sacrifice Conjurer's Bauble, put up to 1 target card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library, draw a card. This is our combo piece, because if we have 1 Conjurer's Bauble in the graveyard and 1 Conjurer's Bauble on the battlefield, and we have our cost reducer of Foundry Inspector, which says artifacts, spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, then we have infinite Bauble for Bauble at the point when we have 0 library. We also can use our baubles to get back any spell that we want to have, and throughout the game we'll lose some spells and put our spells back with baubles, teachings for them back. It's pretty nice. So if you haven't seen the deck before, we have mystical teachings, search your library for an instant card, put it in your hand, then shuffle. And that allows us to pick up our Frantic Salvage, Scattershot, or Tolarian Winds, or Weather the Storm here. Or even our card draw with Deadly Dispute and Reckoner's Bargain. Our last dispute target is the Ichor Wellspring, which draws a card when it enters or leaves the battlefield. And then our win cons are Jace's Erasure, which is target player mills a card when you draw a card. And that's used for Lifegain decks or Fog decks. And then Golem Foundry is our main win condition, which says whenever you cast an artifact spell, you may put a charge counter on Golem Foundry, remove 3 charge counters, and create a 3/3. So with 2 of these in play, it's like we're storming off and making Golem creatures. If you haven't seen the deck, Frantic Salvage puts any number of target cards from your graveyard on top of your library and you draw a card. So that allows us to rebuy all of our eggs and get a lot more triggers on a Golem Foundry Erasure by Storm for Weather the Storm or for Scattershot. Scattershot says 1 damage to target creature with Storm. So it's our board wipe for this deck. The sideboard has 5 Edict effects with 4 Chainer's Edict and 1 Diabolic Edict. This is very good versus Terror decks. Used to be Innocent Bloods, but that was very good versus Mono Red Blitz, and that's not really that big in the metagame. Hopefully we don't run into it. 2 more Scattershots here for Fae decks or go wide decks like Elves or potentially Slivers. 2 Spell Bombs for fighting against graveyard decks like Mogwarts, like Jeskai Ephemerate or Blue-White Familiars. 1 Nature's Claim says destroy target artifact or enchantment, its controller gains 4 life. This is a card that we can use versus Bogles, but is mostly going to be used versus decks that are going to try to overly hit us with things like Relic or Nile Spellbomb. I would probably side it in against a affinity opponent if I knew that they were playing a lot of Spellbombs. And then to beat Kuldotha Red, we have 2 Weather the Storm's main, 2 more in the sideboard, and 3 Fangren Marauders. That's 7 total life gain effects and has been pretty effective in general. And then Fangren Marauder is also something that we can use as our only life gain effects post-board against mid-range decks like Mardu Synth or against something like Affinity, because they are not going to be able to beat that much life gain. And then that's about it. We kind of glossed over the lands, but Polluted Mire is a land we can search up that has cycling. And then Crystal Grotto is a land that I love to search up because it has Scry 1. And it's a filter land, so it provides more colors. So we have lots and lots of ways to get colors and use our Tron mana to our advantage. This is one of my favorite decks to play, and I'll see you in the matches. Okay, we're on the draw. We have double Grotto. We have Deadly Dispute Terrarion. I'm going to keep it. If they're a fast deck, we have Weather the Storm in hand. Frantic Salvage is not a good early game card, but I don't really want to mold that far. And it looks like it's fairies. Sort of unusual to see fairies nowadays, but here they are. With this land, maybe it's mono blue fairies. And they mulligan to 6. So let's see if they have to scry looking for a land. They went top bottom. So let's scry for a Tron land here. Nice. Play our Terrarion. So in 2 turns we can Deadly Dispute this Terrarion. Looks like they are mono blue. Will they have a hacker? They have a big ninja. That's kind of annoying. So we're just going to try to accrue a little bit of advantage and hit our Deadly Disputes on time and use Weather the Storm to not die. They're getting a little bit of card draw, pulling ahead. It's when they have a lot of lands on the battlefield that we're getting into a bad position. They play a Fairy Miscreant and of one mind, so they're making all their card draw. Another Fairy Miscreant. Really nice. And that's Tron. So let's go ahead and draw 2. Draw 3, I'm sorry. And pass. We can discard the mine. Okay, 3 miscreants. Wow. Gets in for 4. Now we're looking to draw into Scattershot. Almost, I mean, they're very, 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 very likely to have Spellstarter Sprite in hand, so playing out Ichor Wellspring is sketchy because it can just get countered right away. For a second I thought they had a 4th Fairy Miscreant, but they did not. Power Plant. Let's lead on the Foundry Inspector. I could have also just played out the Wellspring and then had that countered. They're not going to counter it. Kind of surprising. Cast Map. I feel like they're going to counter something, right? Let's bargain. Still nothing? It's really surprising to me. Okay, play star. Green. I think I'm casting Weather the Storm here. And then I'm hoping to block the ninja. Next turn I can lead on the Grotto for a scry and play Foundry Inspector for more blocking power. So we're at 32, not in danger of dying. Do they have a snap in hand or something? Maybe they just have a terrible hand, it's all lands of one mind. Maybe it's all mutagenic growths. Okay. One, two. They're going so wide. Drawing into Scattershot would be so brutal on them right now. Alright, first thing I'm gonna do is, let's see. Play Grotto. Bobble's okay. Play Inspector. Deadly Dispute this. Just don't know what they're up to. Play this Bobble. Play this Jace's Erasure. So the best card in this matchup is Golem Foundry, because I just have a counterspell now. Alright, I just don't know what they're thinking of countering. Let's get back a Deadly Dispute. Play this Terrarion. So we have nothing going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're looking to not run into a mutagenic growth or another intruder thing here. There's mutagenic. And finally a ninja. So it's gonna get back Miscreant. Oh, he's just gonna like use the oh, gross. Okay, so he's using Hacker to pull back double Miscreant so he can just play double Miscreant. Draw 2 more cards. So I'm going to upkeep Frantic Salvage. Wellspring, Star, Inspector, Bobble, Inspector. I'm gonna draw 1, 2, draw this, draw this. So let's not get the second Inspector back. We're not getting back Terrarions because they come into play tapped. Okay, we draw the Inspector. We draw the Bobble. Play the Inspector. Play Bobble. Get back to Salvage. Star. Now we're really looking to draw into our, what's black, black? Really wanted to draw into Teachings. Should have gone black, red, then black, blue. Well, I can't Teachings for Scatter now. Oh, man. He just has double force spike in hand. That's pretty silly. Yes, we pay. No, we don't pay. Play map. I'm gonna block this ninja. Another mutagenic. Another ninja. Brutal. Oh god. Jeez. Okay. Opponent has a million billion cards. So if we draw into Deadly Dispute, things could go okay from here. But at the moment, not looking hot. Don't need this upkeep stop anymore. If I map right now, hmm. Cast the teachings, see if that resolves. It does resolve. I think I'm just going to get Deadly Dispute. Because it'd be better if I could draw into the scatter shot at this point, and I don't think we're winning if we don't. Bobble back, and then bobble. We're just cycling a little bit here. Alright, we're just going to go to game 2. They came out too fast, and without a bunch of scatter shots, and it's going to be kind of in trouble. I'm going to bring in the scatter shots, and the weather storms are going to come out for Fangren Marauders, because they can't really beat the life gain from that. Jace's Erasure doesn't need to be around. Crop rotation's kind of sketchy. Usually I cut a Founder Inspector. I don't know if that's necessary. Tolarian Winds, maybe not necessary. Life gain from the Marauders. Tolarian Winds. Yeah, let's just cut that one. We're on the play, we only have one land. I'm gonna mulligan. Oh gosh. I guess that's a mulligan as well. Looks like they're keeping... Okay, they're going to 6 mulligan. Okay, so now we are keeping. Scattershot's very good. Marauder's too slow. Terrarion's too slow. So if we don't draw a second land, we don't have any way to cycle the Terrarion. So we're going to go mine into Sphere. Turn 2, crack the Sphere. They go to 5. Turn off this upkeep stop for sure. Just kind of annoying. Alright. Okay, so they mulliganed to Seer into Ninja, most likely. So if we draw a land, if we draw runner lands, will be really good. Black. Bobble. Get back nothing. Land. We found the land. Sphere. They're attacking. They have the Moon Hacker. They do have the Moon Hacker. So we have to watch out for Force Spikes. Usually they keep them in because they want to get you. They want to get you with that Force Spike. Enters the battlefield, scry some more. So we're looking for another land. Found it. So we're just going to play out this Golem Foundry. The Golems are our best way to fight this deck. So just play that out right ASAP. Even though all of our lands are just these are as mine, and crop rotation would have been nice to have to get Tron. So if we have another land, we can play the land, crack or play the star, and then crack for red in response and just scattershot them. Are they gonna let that resolve? Maybe they're not playing Spell Stutter Sprites? That'd be pretty confusing. A 6. Yeah, we definitely need to draw another land here. They get in for 3. What are they gonna discard? Discards a Ninja of the Deep Hours. Okay. I'm a little confused. Okay, I'll cast a map. They play a counterspell. I'm going to do something I don't want to do here. I'm going to play a token. And then Deadly Dispute the Foundry, looking for lands. Plays Power Plant with a star. Pass. They have 3 cards in hand. And now we have Scattershot available. Take 3. Oh, they just have more ninjas. Okie dokie. We have 5 mana right now. But we'd have to get them to tap out to be able to resolve the Marauder. Plays their Miscreant again. Okay, so now we might be able to get them. Play this Wellspring. Okay. We're getting close. We only have Storm. Storm was only 3, so I didn't think it was good to play the Scattershot at that point. Cast of One Mind. Storm 1. Snap. Storm 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Attacks. Ninja. Scattershot. Let's just target the 2 ninjas and a fairy. Fairy Miscreant, I guess. Fairy Seer? I don't know. This one and this one. So whatever one gives them card advantage. So that we'll only take 3 damage. Now they could just have double muta and we'll be dead. Spell Stutter Sprites, one of the Scattershots. So we take 5, go to 3. Alright, we're looking for exactly Tower here, and if we have it, we can maybe win. Discards a Miscreant. Oh, man. I guess I have to top that. So how do we live? 1, 2, 3. I think I don't top that. Play Foundry Inspector. Play Bobble. Play Star. Bobble back the Scatter. Bobble back the Bobble. Doesn't matter. We're looking to draw into Scatter, and we did. Amazing. One, two, three, four, five. So I think we have to try to kill this ninja and the 2 fairies. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or just kill both the fairies, or both the ninjas and the sprite. One, two, same targets. So we're gonna keep this one. 1, 2. Alright, so they got the game. What? Alright, see you in the next match. Here we are in round 2. We have map, mine. I'm gonna keep this one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to play map and mine. Or mine and map. Then turn 2, I'm going to grotto, trigger on the stack, crack a map, and then try scrying. And then if we top deck a Tron land, we're easy peasy right now. Okay, it's Terror Angler, so we should be alright versus this. Crack the map. Grab a power plant. I just like to save tower for the end. Bargain I'll keep on top. I love this scry land, it's so cool. So we have to watch out for Force Spike, Spell Pierce, stuff like that. I think I'll just play all my 1-drops. Play the Bobble first. Play Star. Looking to see if they Spell Pierce. I think they're thinking about it. Getting ready to hit that no key. And now it looks like they... Well, should we give them an opportunity? I'm just going to play it, and then they can't start powering out their stuff this turn. There goes this... Oh, Brainstorm. Alright. They're just waiting to play Brainstorm. So they're going to Brainstorm now and Thought Scour upkeep. Try to fix up their hand and get their Terrors and Anglers out quick. We're looking to draw into our Golem Foundry as fast as possible, so... We're just going to try to... Reckoner's Bargain, I guess. I like this Brainstorm art, but the frames are just so weird. Almost. They resolve the Brainstorm. We resolve our Star. Upkeep Consider. They didn't have a Thought Scour, so they were brainstorming for the Thought Scour. They mill a Deep Analysis, which is pretty nice. But did they draw a land? They do. Alright. Good crop rotation. So we can... Play this Wellspring. See if they have a counterspell. No. Golem Foundry. I'll lay out this Mire. We can sacrifice the Mire with crop rotation. If they ever tap out. Let's see if they go for both cantrips. Cycles of Fumes. Alright. Green. Crop. Tower. Black. Bargain. We're drawing cards. Okay, so let's bobble back the bargain. Go back up to 7 cards in hand. Another Golem Foundry. Okay, that's nice. We have Tolarian Winds if we draw a bunch of cards. 7 cards in their graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 7 instants and sorceries, so they can play a terror for 1 this turn. But we just go Golem Foundry, bobble. No terror. Cast Foundry. So if they cast Counterspell here, what I'm going to do is play the power plant and then just maybe... How's their Counterspell? I was thinking I could just salvage right now, but I don't know if I want to get anything back with this Conjurer's Bauble. I could just play it for no value. Bauble. Get back nothing, or just get back the Bauble. Get back everything. So now their counterspell just basically didn't do anything. They could have a foil. Put this on the bottom. And then star, foundry, bauble. Play bauble. Get back the foundry. Or the Phoretic Sellers, sorry. And then next turn we have foundry into foundry. And we can start playing our deadly disputes and everything. They're going to have even more counterspells. So they play Thoughtscour, mill 2 lands. Brainstorm. Looking for their creatures. Another land. Plays an Angler, it looks like. Leaving Deep Analysis in the graveyard. Holding up Counterspell, alright. Okay. Play another one. Star. Always, yes, always yield. Black. Star. Crack for black again, but it doesn't matter. Because we're playing this Wellspring and then disputing it. One Foundry is enough to really take over the game here. Especially with our Erasure to mill them out. Weatherstorm, Tolarian Winds. I think we're going to be fine. I'm probably going to lead on playing the Erasure. That way I can just continue to use their Thoughtscours and stuff to kill them. Alright, they are going to Deep Analysis, go to 17. Do they have more creatures? Who knows? There's 6 cards in hand. Let's just play a creature. See if they use a Snuff Out on it or something. Alright, guess blue. Play this Erasure. Alright, they're going to let it resolve. Play a Sphere. Then we're going to play 2 stars. Star. We're going to attack. They're just going to take it. Okay. Making their snuff outs worse every time we attack, which is nice. Crack for black. Escape. So we do all, and save targets here. And always yield. Just say yes. Spam that yes key. We're going to Deadly Dispute, the star. If they start countering us, we have teachings for salvage. Just watch for that. Play out our Wellspring. Sure, I'll pay for Spell Pierce. Play another land. Alright, love that. Crack this for black. So we want to prioritize cracking the spheres for black instead of the stars because we cannot dispute or bargain the spheres for any value. Mills some cards. Mills a deep analysis. We're drawing cards. They're milling cards. I'm at the point where I'm just like, yeah, just mill, 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 mill. And now we're going to, I guess, play the Terrarion. So we have another full golem here. And then we can play Weather Storm. Boop. F6. And they have seen that they will die. Alright, so they lost 1, 2, 3 Tolarian Terrors to our milling. That was nice. We're going to bring in all these edicts. Bring in these spell bombs, actually. Scattershot's not very good. I don't think I need the erasure. And I'm going to cut a Foundry Inspector. Could potentially cut this. Or teachings. I need to cut 4 cards. Let's just get rid of our other inspector. I don't care about storming off too high. Get rid of the Tolarian Winds. And get rid of the crop rotation. I think I'd rather have the second weather than the first teachings. Since most of our stuff is not teachings targets, we're just going to draw into things naturally. So now we're just kind of like this 1 and 2 drop deck with a couple of things to do. Pretty wild. Voice crack there. Alright, let's go. Okay, we have Tron. We have 2 edict effects. No colored sources. They play a duel, and we find a colored source, so that's exactly what we're looking for. Although we're also looking for more Deadly Disputes. Now, in the main deck, I was considering playing another Deadly Dispute over playing... So here I think I'm just going to play the Bauble. Because I don't care if the first Bauble gets countered necessarily, and I want the Wellspring to resolve. I was thinking maybe I could play 8 Dispute effects like instead of the Tolarian Winds, but it seems like maybe that Tolarian Winds will be better than the 8th Deadly Dispute effect. So if we had actual 8 Deadly Disputes where they all make a bunch of I'll make a bunch of treasure tokens, then that'd be sweet, but we're at the point where we don't. Okay. Anyway. So, like, the 4th Reckoner's Bargain does not seem to be quite as good. Golem Foundry, hello! Alright. Do you want to waste a Spell Pierce on a Chromatic Star? I should just not play into it. Next turn I can Edict with Flashback, but They have the spell bomb. So maybe I'll wait until I can cast against 2 creatures. Deep Analysis themselves. Okay. So we can't play Spell Pierce this turn. So let's play Star. I'm gonna crack it. Black. See if we draw into anything. Weather the Storm. Play Star. Crack it for green. And a Reckoner's Bargain. Wellspring. Play out the Grotto, just to get some scry value. Another Reckoner's Bargain I'm going to keep on top. Play out the Chromatic Sphere. And then I'm going to, let's see. Let's go ahead and bobble back the Bargain. See if they crack. They decide not to. And we will cast Weather the Storm. Looks like they want to get full value out of their Nile Spellbomb. But it doesn't really matter if they Spellbomb me this early because we just have all the Golem Founders to take them out with. We already have our 1 Bauble in the graveyard. That means we have 3 left in the deck. We'll be looking to bargain potentially the Terrarion, but we want to draw into a Wellspring to bargain instead. Bargaining the Terrarion's fine, but I want to keep the Terrarion for double black so I can double Chainer's Edict. So I would need 3 total black for this. And right now I have very little colored sources, just the 1 extra here. Looks like they're going to Deep Analysis themselves. Or play an Angler and mill all their stuff, or get rid of everything. Let's cast Deep Analysis. Island, so we're going to start attacking. Alright, Tower. Step 1, attack. I think I'm going to crack for black here. Draw a card. Expedition map. Let's crack the map for the Grotto. And Deadly Dispute the Terrarion. So we'll have our 3 black sources. Found a Wellspring. That's nice. Okay, so we'll cast this Wellspring. Cast a map. Cast a Terrarion. Go back to 6 cards in hand. They do nothing, so we're going to map, get that Polluted Mire for a cycle, and pass. We are very, very ahead. They mental note. Then they'll consider Brainstorm. We can basically kill anything they play now. I don't think they're going to get to the point where they drop 4 creatures. Okay, 1 creature. 2 creatures. Really, they're going to play an Angler too? Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So they could play it and leave both Deep Analysis in their graveyard because they have 8. Play an Ice Tunnel, so they decide not to. I'm going to make a Golem. Black mana. Chainer's Edict. felt good. See you in the next match. Here we are in round 3. Peter Carvel. Pietre Carvel. Um. We're on the draw. I'm gonna keep it. We can get Tron eventually. Bajukabog? What does that mean? Maybe Mardu? Oh wow, okay. Play map. So now we're well set up. We just go turn 2, map, get Tron, turn 3, map, get the Cove. Ugh. Okay, so they're on black-white Pestilence, and we are trying to just get our Golem Founders on the table. What do I need? I need a power plant. Once we get Golem Founder on the table, BGG. Spare supplies, so it's mid-range pest. You're gonna play out there, Bajukabog maybe. Gets rid of my map. Definitely, okay. So let's play the map. Now it looks like our hand might be ready for a Tolarian Winds. We're mapping for a Grotto. We're gonna cycle. Play out a star. Okay. So next turn we can dispute the star. Draw some cards. Gain some life with Weather the Storm and everything. Let's see what they do. Probably just start casting creatures. Core Skyfisher, pick up spare supplies, I imagine. Yep. And they have a land. They play spare supplies. Clocking us. We're gonna play Grotto, see what we see. I don't want to land, bottom. So let's black. Deadly Dispute the star. Sphere. Okay, so I think we just go sphere into star. We could pass. We could also teachings for Tolarian Winds right now. Maybe that'd be good. I don't know if we need the scatter shot, but that is an option. I think I probably want to end step Deadly Dispute. Goliath Paladin. Okay. Alright, so we want to be able to kill these, so this is 9 storm we have to make. Because I don't want to get whacked by this paladin. Do. Black. Although we can, we can draw with Weather the Storm and everything. Alright, we're not going to be able to make a bunch of storm right now. We play tower. Play Wellspring. Bargain. Trying to think if I can Tolarian Winds here. Let's just try bargaining. Play this. It's 3 storm. 4. 5. Red. Play map. So this is 5 storm, and then we can just cast Scattershot to kill the paladin, and then cast Weather Storm after that. And I will discard a map, I guess. Is it better to discard the map or discard a swamp? I guess I'll discard the swamp. So I think what I want to do is play the erasure, map for a tower, or map for a non-tower, and then I'm going to Teachings for Tolarian Winds and cast Tolarian Winds. I have another bog. Golem Foundry. Tower. So this is going to be blue-blue. Map. Sphere. Erasure. Teachings. Or I could just get the Deadly Dispute here and then Teachings for Winds later. Maybe that's better? Probably. Build up some lands in hand. Black. Yes. Mill. Deadly Dispute this. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Bobble. Okay, there's a... We'll just get... Let's wait on that, I guess. Yeah, there's no reason. I don't want to expose the bobble to the... another bog, necessarily. They draw a card. We're going to take 5 from the initiative. They get in for 6. It's a pretty fast clock. They have the Dawnbringer Cleric that they could have had for the erasure, but they don't have it right now. Plays a Thraben Inspector. Cracks the clue already. 2 cards, or 2 mana open. 9 cards in hand. Plays a land. Plays another Thraben Inspector. Crack this. Bobble back the Dispute. We drew the Tolarian Winds naturally. Alright, I like that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can mill. That's fine. Okay, play this. Play another bobble. Let's bobble the bobble. Draw some cards. Bobble the other bobble. Draw some more cards. Another Golem Foundry. Play that. Okay, and then I'm going to bargain the map. Black. Let's see. I guess I should play the Grotto out. Scry, top. Put on top. Right? Do I want that? I think so. So I can go for blue here. Bring this map. Play Inspector. We're getting a bunch of artifact creatures. Yes. I forgot to press always yes. I'll add this Terrarion. Cast Tolarian Winds. See if we can draw into a dispute effect. Yep. They kill my inspector. Always yes. Then we'll play another inspector. And then play a map. F6. We're going to attack. Now they have to block, or we are starting to take the initiative back. Oh, they let us have it? Okay. We have no basics left. I guess they're fine with that. Journey to Nowhere takes my inspector. That's not that big of a deal. Playing against Pestilence is always like, ugh. Long games. They're going to take attack for 6, take the initiative back, draw a card. I'm happy for them to draw cards. And actually on our upkeep, let's do this. We can Frantic Salvage, put the Inspector on top, and then, well, we only have Wellspring, Bauble. Not that much in the graveyard that matters. But we could Teachings for Dispute. Cast Omen of the Dead, so they're going to get back Skyfisher, and then pick up Bojuka Bog and play the Bojuka Bog. Okay. And now we're going to put some pressure on them with our tons of creatures. We can crack map and the Terrarion. So I think I want to upkeep crack the map. We're going to get a tower. Draw a card. Yep. Step 1 attack. I think I want to Lost Well. Put on the bottom, put on the bottom. We're going to go black-white here. Sphere. Crack for green, I guess. Wellspring. Play this Terrarion. Just gonna play a tower out. So I can salvage back this sphere and then play and crack it. I think I'm going to sacrifice for red. Summon another Terrarion. Okay. Your turn, I guess. They're at 19 cards in the library. Just playing 2 Goliath Paladins, maybe? Maybe 4? We have a lot of creatures coming in, and they can't actually take them all out with the Pestilence. So what do they get? They reveal Plains, Guardian of the Guild Pact. So Guild, they take the Lone Missionary. Okay. Plays Secured Barons. Okay. We've been edicted. We're looking for Deadly Dispute. I don't know how many we have left in the deck. To count it in a second. We can draw 2 cards. None over here. 1, 2, 3. So we lost 3 of them. So there's 4 left. We're going to go yes on this. Step 1. Let's crack for black, green. Deadly Dispute. Ayo. Deadly Dispute. This. Say yes. Okay. Yes, some more. 100%. Wellspring. We're a little bit nervous about milling ourselves out, but we have the bauble for the salvage. Bauble. Play bauble again. Play the star. I'm going to do yield through this turn right now to save on time. Just make sure you float mana. Okay, they're going to concede. Nice. So we use 10 minutes of clock. And then we're going to go ahead and restart the application. So I'll show you. Right now we're at the point where, well, it doesn't look like we need to restart yet. So I guess we're okay. So Nature's Claim. Get rid of crop rotation. Might want the Fangren Marauders. I don't know. Just Erasure is a good finisher. I think that's probably fine. Nile Spellbomb might be necessary, but basically we just want to spam golems. And we have to kind of play around them having Dust to Dust and Revokes and stuff like that. So we have to get like a pretty good position and then spam golems. Or use Jace's Erasure for the final win. So their Tolarian Winds drew me like 4 cards, which is a little bit better than another bargain. This seems fine. Play Terrarion. Let's get that out, I think. Play Grotto. Oh, we have Tron now. Maybe I should have played the Grotto and then just seen what's up. I kind of wanted to get the Terrarion out. We have to play around Bajuka Bog and Revokes and Dusts. Just trying to advance our position as much as possible. So we don't have to play around a Dust. No, they're on the play, so we do. They're getting a Plains, indicating Dust. Grotto. So what I'm doing here is playing the Bauble so that if they cast Dust to Dust, I can just use it. Other thing I could have done was just actually use the Bauble right away. It gets in for 1. They do have a lot of tap lands, so it'd be surprising if they had an untapped land right now. Spare supplies. 6. Alright, they should have taken the Chromatic Star. Let's turn off our upkeep stop. Play Power Plant. Play Expedition Map. Pass turn. We're going to probably map for the Polluted Mire, and just cycle. Since next turn we'll have 8 mana. Alright. Come on, Pietre. Goes to attack step. They're gonna get in for 1 and put me to 17. 17 it is. Skyfisher. Probably pick up the supplies, I guess. Picks up the inspector. It's kind of strange. Maybe they don't really have any lands. That was turn 4 and they'd miss their land drop. We're going to Deadly Dispute this Terrarion. The reason I'm Deadly Disputing the Terrarion is because I can sacrifice the star easier. And I'll play out another star and pass. Nature's Claim is here for any Pestilence or whatever. Relics. They're gonna get in for 3. Are they holding Majuka Bug in hand? Cracks a clue. We can claim their spare supplies, but I don't know if that's worth it. Doesn't seem worth it to me. Black. Let's first bobble the Deadly Dispute back. Teachings. This looks like a moment where we might want to teachings for, sorry, I'm thinking. Teachings for a Tolarian Winds, actually. Let's cycle. Play Bobble. Do I want to do anything here? I think I'm going to pass. We could also teachings for the Weather of the Storm and then get back into the game life-wise. They're only doing 3 a turn. It's not super scary. There's a Bajuka Bog. Yep. So they take out my 1 bobble. Maybe they were just holding the bog in hand the whole time. If we had played the teachings that turn, then we would have lost it. Let's dispute this map. Erasure. Cast the Erasure. One, two, three, 4, 6. This costs 6. So we're going to teachings again. And then I'm going to get T-wins, I think. They could have their Dawnbringer Cleric, or they could have, like, Revoke Existence on their turn to get rid of the Erasure. Plenty of things. Some grindy matchups this game, this league. Dawnbringer Cleric. Okay. Erasure down. I think I'm going to bobble back the Erasure. Then remembering that after that I only have 2 models left in the deck, so Bog would mess me up pretty bad. There's nothing. Bobble back the Erasure. Weather the Storm. Play Tower. Play Power Plant. Play Terrarion. I draw a card. We only have 1 colored source right now, just scary. We're going to take 4. Sure. We can't really afford to play the T-wins here, so in this case, a Deadly Dispute would have been better. Plays the Paladin. Okay. Take the initiative, so they're looking to try to pressure us into dying. Okay, so things are going to happen on my turn, I think. Foundry. Wellspring. Sphere. Map. Let's crack for green. Play Wellspring. We should probably grab another cove here, or grotto. Play the grotto. Bottom. Play Terrarion. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. I guess I made a small mistake. Let's just play the Terrarion, because now we can't storm and kill their creatures. We can Nature's Claim our Wellspring to draw a card. Go to 10 life. Weather the storm. Gain a bunch of life here. And we're going to be looking to do a block of some sort. They make their Skyfisher bigger. Cast Dust to Dust. Ugh. So if they, okay, they kill our creature, plays a Radiant Fountain. Now we're in a scary position because we really need to do a bunch of stuff to be able to get back in the game, but they're going to be hitting us with the initiative and all their creatures. And they had the Dust to Dust. Okay, we have Deadly Dispute. Black, black. I think maybe I go black-white here. Tower. Frantic Salvage. Okay. Terrarians on the bottom. Bobble. Bobble back this. Play the Wellspring. Deadly Dispute the Wellspring. This. We're storming. We only have 4 mana. I think the best plan is to just Wellspring again into Weather the Storm. Pass. And then on our next turn, we can probably play Erasure and then Tolarian Winds and then win the game, actually. Which seems pretty nice. Because we can get the Bobble Loop going. Although... yeah, I think we could. Depends what they have, I guess. I think this is going to be the game. Basilica picks up Bog. Alright. Tolarian Winds, come on. So we're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially 6 cards. Alright, so blue. Go blue here. Play Erasure. Crack this for blue-black. Deadly Dispute. Wellspring. Play out the Bobble. And then do we need to play anything else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We draw the 9th card with this. Play the plant. Just for mana. Cast Tolarian Winds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just slam in the yes key. Play Inspector. Play Inspector. Bobble. Bobble back the Bobble. Okay. I put this over here. Bobble the Bobble. And then we're going to crack for white. Bobble. Bobble back the Bobble. And we're just spamming the yes key and playing this and getting it. And they get milled. Good game, opponent. We'll see you in the next match. Round 4 versus Imperia. I don't think that's keepable. I'm gonna mulligan. We have Tron again. That's awesome. We're gonna keep now. Put back the bauble. Mine bauble. And then we're looking for a colored source to Deadly Dispute. We know exactly what we're doing in turns 1 and 2 and 3 if we can. Just not going to stack the bauble until they do something. See what they're up to. You know, you don't want to walk into turn 1 Bajuka Bog. Leads on Island. Let's Grotto. I'm going to play out the Terrarion. So I'm slowing down a turn here. Just not sure if they're going to have Spell Pierce or Force Spike or whatever. Usually this is going to be, like, turn 1 Island Go is going to be, like, yeah, this deck, the Thought Scour deck. Looks like it's blue-black this time. I don't want to walk into a Spell Pierce still. Just going to pass. I'm still going to pass. I could be able to play the Deadly Dispute right now. Is that better? So if I Deadly Dispute the Terrarion, I'll go have a bunch of cards in hand. Yeah, let's do it. Next turn I'll have tons of mana, Wellspring, everything in play. Yeah, that was, I think, the right choice there. I'm just looking for my Golem Foundries now. Mental note, they mill a terror. Sorry opponent. Did not shuffle the way that they wanted to. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instants and sorceries. So they can cast a terror here for 2 mana, which they look like they're doing. No, they're going to cast an Angler. It's a surprise. But that's fine. We can actually hit the Angler if we get a Scatter Shot. Tower, Foundry Inspector, cast cast Wellspring. Snuff out? Snuff out, yes or no? Snuff out, yes. That's okay. Play Sphere. Still just playing around Spell Pierce, I think. Uh-oh. Deadly Dispute this. There is our Foundry. Let's play the Bauble and pass. Opponent plays Augur of Bolas. So we're going to be free to land the Golem Foundry next turn. I'm just going to F6. Unexpected Fangs. No problem. They haven't gotten to the point where they can cast all their stuff for free. So I don't know if I want to just start playing out the Jace Erasure yet, but maybe it's good. Play the Golem Foundry. So, let's see. If they have creatures in hand, Erasure is going to make their creature way easier to cast. But if they don't, then I might mill their creature. That is the rub. Could be either way. Let's put this down. That was yes. I think I'm going to go for the mill plan. We'll just see what happens. Blue. Erasure you. They're like, what? Why would you do that? because I'm going to draw lots of cards. Lots. Black. And I'm trying to mill your creatures. Just don't think you have any in hand, right? Lots of instances and sorceries. This isn't going to work out for me. Hmm. One, two, three, four, five. So I could bargain the bauble right now. Let's just bauble the bauble. Draw a bunch of cards. Let's see what they do. Nothing. We milled one terror. We tried. Tried hard. We can still teachings for our last Weather the Storm. And now they only have 30 cards left in their library. It's trying to mill more terrors, really. Let's see how many they have in hand. We knew they had Unexpected Fangs and 4 unknowns. Alright, so we will play the Foundry, block the Augur of Bolus, see if they Unexpected Fangs the Augur. What are you gonna do? They let it die? Okay. They're gonna play a couple more creatures. Terror. I know they only have 2 more terrors in the deck. I'm gonna go yes on this. Mill a DA. Wellspring. A little bit of results oriented here because we actually we had a good result when we played out the erasure early against that other blue-black deck. So I was wondering if it would work again. Just lots of experimenting right now. Play bauble. We're gonna crack for black here. Cast Reckoner's Bargain. Okay, that's another creature. So they have 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, so they have 4 creatures left. Bauble back our bauble, which is here. Play star or sphere. Just getting more creatures on the table. Black. Bargain. This. Gain some life. It's 1 counterspell. They got a snuff out in the graveyard. Let's see what else they have. 1 snuff out, 2 snuff outs, 1 counterspell. They're going to cast a counterspell. So let's black. Deadly Dispute. The Wellspring. Another boundary. That's awesome. We're going to play a star. I should have played the Foundry, but again, I'm trying to play around Spell Pierce. Not sure if that's totally necessary. Pass. Next turn is when we play Foundry, Bargain, Teachings, Weather. One, two. There are 19 cards in the library. Okay, I know they have the one Fangs. So I'm going to triple block the Terror. They would need 2 removal spells. And then that exposes us, tells us what's in their hand. They only have 4 mana though. And they would have to cast the Fangs to be able to kill 2 of the creatures. And it would have Fangs plus removal spell plus removal spell. Seems unlikely. I guess they don't have to play the Fangs if they have double removal spell. What are they going to do? They have Fangs it. Yep. Snuff out. It's your last card. So we take 5. Their creature dies. They're going to cast another creature. 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 4 creatures left in the library. Yes. Cast Golem Foundry. This would eat a counterspell if they have it, allowing us to cast Teachings into Weather the Storm. Mine. So I'm probably going to crack for Tower here. The Tower. Black. Bargain. Well, let's cast Teachings first. Weather. Yes, go ahead and mill. Mill. Cast the star. Going to crop here. Get my other grotto out. We will not pay. We will not pay. Green. Thanks for the storm. Pass. Okay. Can you kill me with 12 cards in library? I guess they have another Terror. Or Angler. So we're going to have 2 unknowns in hand after this. So I'm going to upkeep cast Salvage so that I can get the Foundry Inspector in play and then cast all my stuff for free. 2 cards in hand. If the Salvage doesn't resolve, we can... Teachings doesn't help. Doesn't get us anything. I guess we can Teachings for Scattershot. Sorry, whack the mic there a little bit. We're going to need all of our untapped artifacts. And this would mill them out if this resolves. I don't know how many counterspells they have left in their deck. Okay, Wellspring's on the bottom. Then all these 1-drop artifacts. Bobble underneath Inspector. Draw the Inspector. You mill. Draw a card. You mill. Play Inspector. Always yes. Fold some mana. Gonna yield through this turn. Get back salvage. Yes, star. Crack for black. Star. Crack for red. Star. Now we're just milling them. Green. Doesn't matter. Star. I like to make Wooborg. Sphere. Blue. Power plant. Sphere. Black. Play Wellspring. Play another Wellspring. 2 cards in library. Play another Wellspring. Play Expedition Map. Cycle. And then we pass. And we win the game. So that did work out. They can't deal with the Erasure or the Foundry. They could potentially deal with the Erasure with the thing that makes you edict an enchantment. But it doesn't look like they play that. 1, 2, 2 cards in hand. 1, 2 terrors. 3 terrors. They must have had a terror in hand. Wonder what they're holding it for. Maybe they're not playing the full set of everything. Okay, so once again, spell bombs and edicts. Get rid of crop rotation, Solarian winds, scatter shots, teachings, the inspectors, and the erasure. Just eventually win with Golem Foundry stuff. So we're on the draw. On the draw, I'm gonna keep, because we have like a 77% chance of hitting if we go land, sphere, crack sphere, play bauble, crack bauble. And we hit it anyway, so I'm just play map. That's the most important thing to get past the spell pierce, I think. And then after that, we can just play bauble sphere. Turn off that upkeep stop. No more of that. Sphere. Play bauble. I don't know if it matters. They're trying to determine what gets countered, what doesn't get countered. That gets countered, I guess. You know, they gotta use their spell pierce at some point, so they might as well use it now. The first bauble doesn't matter that much. They cast a brainstorm. Okay. So are they going to upkeep? No, they don't upkeep the Thought Scour. They just draw into a Thought Scour. They brought in their own edicts. Okay. And they'll counterspell. Seems to be an accident. Do they have a land? No. They play Consider. Play a Terror. Map. Power plant or mine. Play mine. Play a sphere. So we would like to draw into an edict. They're getting out ahead of me and a little fast. Mental note. Mental note. Mills an angler. Cast Augur Bolus. So if we draw the power plant, we'll start crushing. Draw into it. I get a brainstorm. Wellspring. Cycle. I think I'm gonna go to the next game. We were close. We were close. I probably shouldn't have just scooped, but it's fine going ahead. I think it's okay. I felt like we were really behind, and then they would just untap and counter my stuff. I'd like to be on the play and have edicts in hand. Think I'm gonna keep this. Still sketchy. I have to rip a tower or rip a land. I'm gonna go land, sphere, crack. But this is so good if I actually hit that land. Usually they lead on a tap land as well, so there's plenty of time. They mulled a 6. We're only like 50% to draw our next land off the top. Drew land anyway. Map. Star. I'm playing out the star so I can deathly dispute it if I want to. What do you got, opponent? Plays a tap land. Okay. Map. Mine. Play the mine. I'm passing, so I don't have to get spell pierced. Easy peasy. They snuff out mill island, or they mental note and mill snuff out an island. Gonna yield. So the best thing for us would be if they try to play out a creature right now and we just edict it. They'd have to play in this spot an angler and eat all of their yard just to get the angler out. Play an Augur of Bolus. We could edict that, I guess. No cards in hand, so they completely whiff for their Augur. So we'll play Terrarion and dispute it. Power plant. Play Bobble Bobble. Pass. Now we're well set, I think. Just have to wait until we get our power on the battlefield to start winning. But we have edict, 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 edict. Kill your thing, kill your thing. Augur of Bolus is a pretty decent edict buffer for them. What are they going to do with their brainstorm? They only have 5 instants and sorceries, so if they want to cast a terror, they have to do it right now with all of their mana. And that would be pretty good for us because we just go edict, flashback, edict. They decide to get in for 1. We go to 19. They snuff out their own creature so they can cast a terror. They can have double terror. Yeah, that's not gonna work out, buddy. Terror, terror, angler. Alright. Can we cast everything? 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 7, 11? Do we have enough mana for that? Black. Edict. Black. Edict. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, so now we can flashback Edict. Sorry, opponent. That sucks for them. They went all in on that, and we just had it. That's really not very nice. We were mean. We were the mean people. One card in hand. Cycle. Wellspring. May let it resolve. Terrarion. Star. Bargain the Wellspring. Draw land. Land. And Foundry. Play Wellspring since it looks like you're F6. Okay. Another free win for the Eggs team. Land. Bobble the Dispute. Bobble the Bobble. Now I'm concerned that they have something. Bobble the Bobble. Bargain the Wellspring. Drawn cards. Play another Foundry. Play Bobble. Oops, always yes. Play Sphere. Let's crack for black. Crack for blue, I guess. Play map. Crack the map. Grab a grotto. Play a star. Crack for green now. Salvage. So let's bobble a bobble. Bobble a bobble. Nothing. Alright, F6. Then on their end step, we'll make 9 power. Donk. 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 Coming in. And we can also salvage back all of our stuff and do it again. So let's go white-green. Edict, huh? Tower. Get back all of our stuff. Put the Wellsprings on the bottom. Then put these spheres under the bauble. Stars under the bauble. Play out. Just tap all of our lands, whatever. This. So now I'm going to do yield through this turn so I don't have to press OK for the triggers. Black. Play this. Black. Use the snow mana. Alright, we got there. See you in the last match. Round 5. We're going to mulligan this one. And this seems like an okay keep. I'm going to put back the erasure because we don't know if we're going to use it or not. We're going to go land, star, and then land. Hopefully we draw into another colored source. Alright, some sort of Boros deck. Okay, we found a map. That's real good. So versus a white or a Boros deck, we could have used the erasure. Oh, it's Pestilence again. Bummer. Long games ahead. Skyfisher back the Thraven Inspector. We're going to go ahead and get our mine. They're not leaving up removal spells, so we can cast Inspector and then mine, go Inspector, play Star, pass. And then if they cast a removal spell on the Inspector, we bargain the Inspector, which is kind of good for us. They are missing lands. Journey to Nowhere, so we go do. Bargain this. They journey their own creature. Pass. Play in Wellspring. Golem Foundry. Land. Star. Always yes, always yield. Crack for black. And we win. That was nice and fast. Let's see what we'd have drawn. Just gas. Love it. Alright, so Pestilence. Not going to need this. Could potentially need this. Mid-range Pest, though. We really need the Erasure. We really need the Foundries. This is something we could potentially cut because they have so much removal spells. I feel like Weather the Storm is going to keep us alive better than Fang and Marauder. Again, due to the removal spells. It's possible that we could bring in one Spell Bomb to stop their Omens and those kinds of loops. Stop them from getting back Dawnbringer Clerics. Yeah, let's do that. Just a little bit more of card draw and stuff like that. See how it goes. Nice quick round one, or game one. And we're going to keep going to power plant into map, I think, to gain some life. Power plant, map, and we'll do that same trick where we hold the scry on the stack and crack the map. See if we can just get the last land. They're just bringing in aggro. Okay, we draw into Tron anyway. Grab the tower. Alright, we have Tron online. Skyfisher, pick up the Lone Missionary. Not what I was expecting. Let's cycle. I think I'm not going to play the Wellspring, just for fear of a Dust to Dust. Do they have an Okipa gang? They do not. Spare supplies. One missionary. Okay, pass. Wellspring. Play Grotto. Should have done that before. Deadly Dispute on top. Black. Deadly Dispute this. Get a star. Solarian wins. And go Sphere. It wasn't a star, it was a sphere. Bobble back the Deadly Dispute. Play Spellbomb. Green. Cast Weather. So we're both at a bunch of life. Cracks a card. Plays a Lone Missionary. So we can wipe their board here. I think I'm going to play Terrarion. I can bargain the Terrarion. Draw a map. Play map. I'm gonna pass. I don't want a Tolarian Winds just yet. They are getting in. Spare supplies. Plays Guardian the Guild Pact. What am I gonna do here? I can crack map, and I can teachings. I don't know what teachings I want to get. Maybe just teachings for crack the map, get the tower, blue, teachings. I think I want to play the salvage this turn. And they have decided to scoop it up. They just didn't want to sit around while I cycled. Alright, so how did this go? We faced mono blue, which is pretty not great matchup, and they had really good draws, and we lost. Then we just crushed everybody. Beat blue black, beat... This is really strange, but we played blue black, and then Pestilence, and then blue black, and then Pestilence. And we just donked them. So I think this deck is well positioned. Hope you enjoyed the league. We'll see you in the next video.